Hello friends, this is Dr. Shilpa Gamle. In this video, we'll see tunnel dryer and the spray dryer. Both the dryers we'll discuss in this today's video. This is the pharmaceutical engineering subject and we are discussing about the chapter drying. Here we are discussing about the dryers, right? So first, that is the tunnel dryer. In the previous video I mentioned about the tray dryer. In that tray dryer I discussed about the tunnel dryer also. The same construction is there, but instead of the trays, in this way these are tunnels or the trucks are uploaded. This is what we can say the inlet, and this is the outlet we can say here. And from this the trucks are uploaded here instead of the trays, and they are going out from this direction. So these trucks they are having wheels, right, for uploading, and all the things are same as that of the tray dryer, but instead of the tray only tunnels or the small trucks are uploaded, and in these trucks these material they are kept like this. So this is called as the tunnel dryer. It is variant of the tray dryer, and in this the trucks are loaded with weight material at one end of the tunnel, and the tunnel it comprised of the number of units. See, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4. You can upload more tunnels also, and from one end it is going to be uploaded, from other end it is going to be unload, right? So this is what the tunnel dryer. Now the next, it is the spray dryer, which is very important from the examination point of view. It is very important thing, that is the spray dryer. So this spray dryer, the principle of this spray dryer, that it provides a very large surface area for the heat and mass transfer. Provides a very large surface of the area, and the material is going to be sprayed in the form of tiny droplets. Materials they are going to spray in the form of a tiny droplet. So in spray dryer the fluid is to be dried is atomized with fine droplets which are thrown radially into moving stream of a hot gas, right? So that material is going to be atomized into a very fine droplet, and that droplets they are thrown in the moving stream of a hot gas, and due to that hot gas the material is rapidly going to be dried. It rapidly dries and you will get a fine product. So the temperature of the droplet is immediately increased and the fine droplets get dried instantly. This is important, that fine droplets are dried instantly in the form of a spherical particle. So this is what a principle of a spray dryer. Now see here, you can see in this diagram it consists of a drying chamber here, right? This is what we can say here, it is a liquid feed. This is a liquid feed, and this is the tangential air inlet. Through this the air is going to be come inside, hot air. You can see here, this is a hot air. This is inlet for the hot air. Hot air is going to be what we can say introduced from here. This is a tangential air inlet, right? And this is the atomizer. This atomizer is very important. It may be a what we can say rotary atomizer, or it may be of any type, these atomizers. Now what is the function of this atomizer? These atomizers, this rotates with very high speed, and these atomizers, they at these endings they are having very fine, they are having very minute openings. And as these atomizers rotates with a very high speed, these with the help due to the centrifugal force, which is what we can say because of this atomizer, the centrifugal force is operated on this, and the material, see, you can see here the liquid feed is introduced here. It will come into the atomizer and it will come to this end and this end also, and here are the minute openings of this atomizer. So the material will come out of these minute openings, right? And these fine tiny droplets, they are thrown against this hot air. You can see here the hot air is introduced here. In this complete drying chamber there is a hot air, right? in this complete drying chamber there is a hot air, and these atomizers, they rotate with a very high speed, and these fine droplets, they are thrown against the hot air, and these droplets are very minute. So because of this hot air, that droplets get dried instantly, right? And then they will come to this one and they will insert into the cyclone separator. This is a cyclone separator here, right? In this cyclone separator, the vapors or the moisture is going to remove from this outlet, and the dried product, dried uniform fine product is collected here. Now you can see these droplets, they follow this helical path. You can see here, because of the centrifugal force which is exerted by this atomizer. So these atomizers, it rotate with a very high speed, right? And because of that, we are getting the very fine droplets and with a very high speed. So this is what the construction. So it consists of a large cylindrical drying chamber, generally what we can say chamber with a short conical bottom, made up of stainless steel, or it may be of any what we can say metal. Diameter is 2.5 to 9 meter and height is about 25 meter or more. An inlet for the hot air is placed in the roof. You can see here, this is a drying chamber, this is a inlet for the hot air, right? Then this inlet for the hot air, it is present at the roof, and another inlet for carrying the spray disc atomizer is also set at the roof. This is another inlet, you can see here, liquid feed to carry the sprayed atomizer, right? And tangential air inlet is also there, right? So these are the inlets. The spray disc atomizer, it is about 300 millimeter in diameter. You can see here, atomizer, it is 300 millimeter in diameter, and it rotates with a high speed of 3000 to 50,000 rpm. You can imagine, this is the rate per minute, that is 3000 to revolutions per minute, that is about 3000 to 50,000. These are the revolutions per minute. With this speed, you can imagine how fast that atomizer is going to be rotate, right? And the bottom of the dryer, it is connected to the cyclone separator. This is the construction. Now working, in the working, I discussed the working while discussing the construction, that drying of material in the spray dryer, it involves basically 3 steps. That is the atomization of the liquid. The feed is introduced through the atomizer, either by gravity or by using the suitable pump. See, either by gravity or by suitable pump, the feed, it is introduced into the atomizer, right? So second, drying of the liquid droplets. The fine droplets, they are dried in the drying chamber by supplying the hot air through the inlet. Then recovery of the dried product. Centrifugal force of the atomizer drives the droplet to follow the helical path. We have discussed in the diagram, we have seen how the helical path is followed by the droplets, and because of the what we can say exertion of the centrifugal force, and particles, they are dried and collected at the conical bottom. That particles are dried and they are collected at the conical bottom, and all these processes are completed in few seconds. These processes are going to be concluded in the few seconds, and the particle size, you can imagine, it ranges from 2 to 500 millimeter. Such a small particle size, 2 millimeter size, you can get by using this spray dryer. So maximum size of the spray dryer has a capacity of 2000 kg per hour. This is the size, this much product can be obtained by using the spray dryer per hour, 2000 kg. Now these are the uses. This product, it is very much better than any other what we can say dryer. The quantity is large and it is useful for the thermolabile hygroscopic substances, also the product and for the product which undergoes the chemical decomposition. These spray dryers are useful. Advantages are that spray drying is a continuous process. It is not a batch process, it is a continuous process. Drying is very rapid. drying completes within 3 to 30 seconds. As it completes within 3 to 30 seconds, therefore it is suitable for the thermolabile substances, right? Labor cost is low, right, because evaporation assembly is there, crystallizer, drying assembly is there, size reduction, all are attached. So rate is very what we can say, evaporation, what we can say, labor cost is low in this case. Now next is, by using this atomizer, the product, what we can say, of you will get a product of uniform size and controllable size, and the product will be free flowing product like Tata salt, right? So it is very free flowing, it will be uniform in nature, and very it is convenient for the tableting process. Fine droplets, they provide a very larger surface area, and therefore the heat and mass transfer is excellent. In this case, product you will get is excellent. Then either the solution or suspension or thin paste can be dried one step to get final product ready for package. So you can dry even solution, suspension or paste also by this process. So it is suitable for sterile products also. Reconstituted product appears more or less similar. Reconstituted products जो है वो more or less they appear similar to a fresh material. Then globules of an emulsion can be dried. Globules of an emulsion, it can be dried with the dispersed phase inside and layer of the continuous phase outside. So on reconstitution, the emulsion will be formed. So reconstituted product will be there, and you can reconstitute it by, you must be seeing reconstitute, बहुत सारे syrups ऐसे रहते हैं कि जिसमें टाइम पे हम लोग पानी डालते हैं and we shake it, right? It will be in the dried form, और हम जब उसको यूज़ करते हैं at that time we used to pour the hot water in that, and we are going to reconstitute it. That is called as the reconstituted product, right? And disadvantages में spray dryer is very bulky. It is very bulky. इसकी हाइट जो है 25 मीटर से ज़्यादा है और डायमीटर भी 9 मीटर से ज़्यादा है, and it is expensive also, and it is such a big equipment, huge equipment. It is not easy to operate, and the thermal efficiency is low, as much heat loss in the discharge gases. These are the disadvantages of this spray dryer. So if you like this video, you please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.